Action, take 4. Hey guys, welcome back to FAM Studios. Today we are doing a recipe from our Wheel of Cookbooks. Which cookbook did we land on, Miss Bug?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ooh, yay for Miss Bug. What are we cooking?
Feeling hungry? Mr. Hippo is pleased to introduce you to the delights of crispy fish bites. Serve with spicy rice with an extra kick.
Ooh. Alright guys, follow us for this adventure. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so today for the fish bites, we're doing a half recipe. Alright, so our fish came pre-skinned. I thought it needed to be skinned. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this in half to where it can fit in the food processor. We're going to put it in there. And then we will pulse that to where it can break up and mix with the other ingredients. Alright. The first thing we're going to do is get our fish in here. Get all this out. We're going to add our fish sauce. We're going to add our aromatics and flavoring. We're going to add a pinch of salt. I'm using kosher salt. And our breadcrumbs. And then we're just going to give this a good mix so it's thoroughly combined. We're going to let this sit for about 15 minutes and the moisture kind of absorb into those breadcrumbs while we start the spicy rice. After we get this kind of mixed in, and I'm just going to dive in with the hands. Alright. That's the consistency you're looking for. To where it'll hold together, but it's still flaky. Alright, we're going to get this in the fridge and get started on the rice. Alright guys, so for the rice, you're going to need half of a red bell pepper, a small onion, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3/4 of a cup of basmati rice, 1 1/4 cups of vegetable stock, and then in here for our spice mixture, I have 2 garlic cloves that are crushed, minced. Then I have half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon chili flakes, half a teaspoon of paprika, and we are also going to use some frozen peas here in a little bit whenever that time comes. Alright, we're going to get this going. Alright guys, so it's starting to saute and be translucent. So we are going to add our crushed red pepper flake, paprika, turmeric, and garlic here. Scrape all this out and scoop it in. Everything out of the bowl that we can. Stir this in. I'm gonna move this lid over to the side. And Bug, what do we do next? Other than add that in, what's the next step? We need to add the red pepper. So, there's our red pepper. Alright. Stir this in. Let it cook for a few minutes. And then we will drain that rice and add the veggie broth. Alright. Be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so it's sauteed for about 3 to 4 minutes. We're going to take our rice that I've just drained, add that in, get this out of the way, let this kind of cook for a moment. And with all that, then we're going to add, clean this up real quick. Add our stock. Make sure we get all this veggie flavor out from that homemade stock. And then we're just going to reduce this heat to medium low. Put the lid on. And we are going to let this cook for 15 minutes after it starts to boil for 2 minutes. Alright guys, so we've added our peas to this. We've stirred it in. Put that lid down real quick. We've stirred the peas in, and guys, where those are stirred in, the rice is pretty well cooked. We're just going to take this now and let it sit and finish absorbing that steam, let it finish tenderizing, and cook our fish now. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to beat our egg here. Make sure this is really mixed up. And I'm going to add just a touch of water for our egg wash. Get that really homogenized. Then we are going to add some fresh ground white pepper to our breadcrumbs and to our flour. And a pinch of salt to the flour and a little bit to the breadcrumbs and a little bit more. Set that over to the side. Toss the flour, get the breadcrumbs, and then we are going to take just a little handful of our fish, make a firm ball, drop it in this flour, get it nice and coated, and right here into the egg wash, and then right here into the breadcrumbs. And I'm going to need a little bit bigger bowl, it looks like. And we're going to do a double dredge with the flour, egg wash, and breadcrumbs. Then when they look like this, we'll set them to the side and get ready to fry. Alright guys, so we've got our final two here. We have turned on a pot with some oil to fry in. We're using vegetable oil to fry in. Got our final 2 here. Some of these are a little bit bigger. Alright. Our final 2. And we had to use some extra breadcrumbs here and an extra egg because we were double breading them because they just did not look like they were going to be crispy enough to live up to the name Crispy Fish Bites. So we double breaded them, the only way to do it. Now we're going to get these on to fry when the oil hits 350 degrees. Alright guys, so here's our crispy fish bites. We've got our oil up to temp. Load a couple of these up at a time. And they don't take very long at all. Make sure to rotate these so all sides get cooked evenly. We're going to turn our oil temp down just a little bit so they can cook a little longer. They only need a few minutes. And those 2 are done. Alright. Alright guys, so for this last part, we are doing the sauce. We have 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, some minced garlic, some sour cream, about 1 tablespoon, and we are also going to take some fresh dill. I'm gonna chop it up. Get all that we can in there. Alright. And then we are going to take and get some lemon zest from about half of a lemon. It's fine grated. A little bit more. Alright. Now we're just going to mix all that together. Scrape it all together, fully incorporate it. And that is our sauce. Now we're going to plate. Alright guys, so for the plating, I've got the rice in a little bowl. I've got a little bed of spring mix. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of our sauce from the side, just smear it out. Same thing on the other side, some sauce, and just string it out. And then we're going to take 1 each of these right there. And then we will take a little bit more of the sauce right on our spring mix. And our third one. Then we're going to take and do some lemon zest curls. And I'm just going to do some to my hand here as a garnish. Just do a little bit of lemon zest right there on the top. And there you have it. Crispy fish bites by Mr. Hippo. Well, what do you say, Bug? Should we dig in?
Yeah.
All right. So, first, we're going to try the rice. What you think? Here we go. First bite. Mmm. A little bit of a kick. That's good though.
Yeah.
And the rice is vegetarian friendly and gluten free. If you're celiac, it's the celiac portion of the dish. So since it's not touched gluten, Miss Tisha gets it.
What?
All right. Let's try the fish bites. What do you say?
Again.
All right. Get a little bit of the sauce. Not bad. It's like a lemon dill sauce with the rice, or with the sauce there.
Mmm.
Not bad. What would you rate it? From 1 to 10, with 10 being the best and 1 being the least. There's the kick. There's the spice. Mmm. This is good. What would you rate it, Bug? Over here.
I don't know.
With 1 being don't like and 10 being I'd eat it a lot. About a 5? That's what I'd say, about a 5.
Probably 9.
Oh, Bug really likes it. Awesome. That's a win. Thanks for watching. We love you. Join us Thursday nights on Flying Arrow Magnetics, where we spin the wheel. We do it all again.